Hey there guys, what's going on? I'm Arrow in the Knee. It's been a while since I've said that. Yeah, this is a little update video. I haven't done anything like this in about a year. In fact, I checked my last video, that was about February, January, something like that of last year, when I was going through my A-levels, my Access to Higher Education course, and I was freaking out about assignments. And fast forward 13, 14 months, I've just completed the final assignment for my first year at university, which I'm pretty happy about. In fact, around about 6 hours ago, I was kind of like a heap on the floor, and now I'm kind of like pretty happy. I've still got exams to go. I got those in May, but other than that, I think I've got 3 more lectures, lab sessions. But yeah. So I'm doing biomedical science at Coventry University, and it's pretty good. Like, I've wanted to be a scientist all my life, and now I'm kind of getting to be a scientist if I do well. It's something I've always wanted to do. So what really can I say about that? I've just got to work hard and stuff. So I haven't had time for YouTube or anything like that. In fact, I've wanted to do some YouTube stuff a lot over the past few months, but I've just not had the time. I'm literally in uni 3 days a week, working 2 days a week, and the days off that I have, just like weirdly sandwiched. I work nights, the weekends, the Sunday I'm like all over the place, the Wednesday I actually like to do things, and that time just goes so quickly. It's so sad, but that is the life of a mature student. So yeah, I mean, I'm coming up to 32 years old now. Old man, you know, going through uni for the very first time. I would recommend getting your education, boys and girls, early, but not too early. Don't go straight into college. It's really dumb, unless you really know what you want to do with the rest of your life. Just putting it out there. I saw so many people this year just drop out. They're like, oh, I knew this wasn't for me. And it's like, well, okay, there goes your student funding for, like, if you really want to do a real degree. Real degree? Something you want to do, not a real degree. Everything's a real degree, boys and girls. I don't care if you get a BA in art studies history. Art studies history. There you go. You get a PhD in art studies history. I know there's going to be someone just like watching going, oh, I got an art studies PhD. Art studies history PhD, sorry. Art studies must be hard. So yeah, it's a thing. But life is really good. Life is insanely good, actually. I haven't been this happy in a long time. I'm doing stuff I like, and I'm not... Okay, so back up a few years when I was doing YouTube, like, not full-time, but like as a hobby, I was very ill. I was not well. I mean, you don't really get to see on the screen because you guys from behind your screens, but it wasn't going well at all. It's good now with mental health awareness stuff coming out that people can come forward, but back then, I mean, even 6 years ago, it was really difficult too. So I'm in a better place, I would say. It's still quite difficult, especially going through university and working part-time. You know, you get the stresses and stuff, and sometimes you do fall down and crumble. I did in November, and I did a couple of weeks ago. But, you know, it is what it is. I mean, you do what you have to do to become big scientist man. Hopefully I'll have doctor in front of my name in 7 years. BSc in front of my name, you know. MSc, PhD. And then eventually, if you do well, you go back to Mr., which is weird. So yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I say that a lot, and I expect to have more to say about like my life, but I am really fucking happy. Which brings us to this thing right here, this whole thing. I mean, what's going on back there is basically, well, there's a pushing and a kitty over there. It's backwards. I'm looking at myself on the screen, so it's kind of like I can see, but it's backwards and mirrored. But Pushing and Kitty over there, but like over there, I can't even. Over there is a nice desk with all my study materials on it, which hopefully will soon be changed to something else. Now, I wanted to go back into YouTube, but the landscape has changed a lot. Gaming is becoming more and more saturated, and not only is gaming becoming saturated, there's a lot of new laws coming in regarding copyright and broadcasting, so it's going to become more and more difficult for YouTubers to do anything. I mean, not that I really thought I'd make any money anyway. I mean, numbers are too low, etc., etc. I wanted to do it for fun, but still, you can, you know, there's still issues around that. However, one of my favourite things that I have done on YouTube ever is the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. I really enjoy card games, not just Yu-Gi-Oh! Actually. I love card games in general. I love collecting. I love buying and trading and selling, and the roundabout little bits of those are really, really interesting to me, because a lot of people just see the card game, or they see a trade binder, but they don't see the intricacies that go in between it, and I love that. I also love high-end cards and super mint condition things and really old things. I love stuff like that. And over the next 5 months, because I have 5 months off from uni, woo! I'm going to be hopefully uploading to this channel some of my collection stuff, my the good Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, all the good stuff, and I'll probably play some games, because obviously you've got to play the game. Yeah, I'm gonna do some Yu-Gi-Oh YouTubing. Some Yugi-tubing, as they call it. There's a lot of good stuff there. I'm also learning to drive, by the way. I never learned to drive, and I'm almost there. I went on the motorway the other day. It was really scary, but whatever. God, I can't believe I'm 31. It's so weird. I think I'm going to probably cut this short at some point. However, I do want to speak about science and how much I love it, and as much as going to lectures is so draining and everything, I just love being around people who can just not even keep up with me, but be better than me, and I have to keep up with them, and it's wonderful and amazing. So yeah, I gush about it quite a lot, that I'm just so happy with what I'm doing. So yeah, that's a thing. I'm gonna go. I wanted to keep this brief. But I hope you see more of me in the very near future, because I don't want to be that guy who's always going, I'll come back, and then he doesn't come back. And I might do some other videos as well, because who fucking